Tickets took about 5 minutes to sell out today, Craig, so the whole community's feeling it. I know it's a little way off, but are you feeling it build as well?
Yeah, I couldn't get tickets myself. I missed out. I went online to get a couple and missed out. So, no, the final stuff is not quite here yet, but certainly the excitement around it is.
What did you think about the Thursday night?
Yeah, look, we'll play whenever we want, whenever they want us to play. But yeah, we're in that mode now. We're waiting and anticipating and getting ready. We've been, funnily enough, it feels like that for weeks now with our group. Yeah, we just get to work tomorrow and then start preparation to play against Melbourne. That's where we're at. And
then the curiosity, you finish on top, but as luck would have it, the fourth team is also an MCG co-tenant, so no natural advantage that the minor premier would normally enjoy.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. I thought Geelong would say the same last year. Yeah, it is what it is. We've qualified well, and yeah, we've got ourselves in a good position now to do what everyone wants to do, is go a bit further.
You've spoken about the home and away season and then the finals and being two different seasons, and I think anyone who's been there, you've been there as a player, I've been there as a player. The full stop on the home and away season, have you done anything with the playing group to sign off on that?
Not yet, but I will on Friday.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna do some stuff at the MCG on Friday at lunch, and I was preparing all that in the last couple of days, and got to have a new theme, if you like, and reset ourselves for what's to come. Yeah, for as long as I've been involved in footy, and lucky enough now 30 years, that all you do is qualify, and then then you're going to win the first final to make a prelim if you're in the top four. Win two, you're in a grand final. Win three, you're the premiers. That never changes. There's no advantage for qualifying higher or whatever other than the top four. So yeah, we just got to go do what we need to do now. So
a lunch at the MCG?
Yeah. Yeah. We've got a little bit of a light training session Friday there, and a lunch, and set the agenda for what's to come.
So it's the club's first minor premiership in 12 seasons. Is that meritorious?
Yeah, I think at some stage you sit back and we'll reflect on that as is. And I was just catching the highlights as we're coming to air, and some of that stuff you forget. Yeah. There's some great memories. This is all part of our journey, and somewhat our season has an end date. But if you're lucky enough to be in footy for a long time, that journey just continues. And for some of those moments in time that we've just saw and witnessed, the Julie McCreary thing, you said should we get her back? She's in Darwin, so we might have to give her a call. But no, it's all part of the journey and the storytelling to get us to this moment.
I think you probably weren't playing the best football for a period of time for a number of reasons, but what you saw last week is that good validation and good evidence that the players, not that they can flick the switch, but hey, we've still got it, and it's on the eve of the most important month of their careers?
Yeah, there's certain parts of our game that we're really happy with, and then obviously I like to say things out loud, because if you say things like, "Oh, we need to improve our defence," then we're held accountable to that. Yep. And then our players need to sharpen the pencil on that stuff. So it was clearly a part of our game we wanted to get better at, and for the majority of the year, we're the best defence in the competition, according to stats. And so we wanted to get back and get that part of our game going again. And, you can only play what you see, and this game in particular was, we kept the opposition to 3 goals.
But it was evident. I mean, right from the moment, and maybe as coach, but certainly as people watching the game, you get a sense in the first 5 minutes to what a side will dish up. Yeah. And that was evident.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you say that, because that's what we focused on all week. And the good thing about this group, they have a lot of pride in what they want to do. So you put a focus in front of them, they get to work on it, and that's an example of that.
Does this final series feel different in prospect to the last for you?
Yeah, somewhat. Somewhat. I think last year we were sort of coming and no one really knew where we were at, and including ourselves, and winning a lot of close games. Actually, where did you pick us for this year, Joy? I was going to ask you that.
I said missing the finals. Yep. For the fact that all those close games, hard to read. Then after round one, I said... I thought last year, unbelievable season, but just hard to read those close games. Like, if they're in the balance, what happens? But certainly after round one, both... I don't want to put anyone else in, but Daniel Harford and I put our hands up, and it was the Collingwood side that we saw last year.
Yeah, well, the prediction industry is really difficult, and we that's why we live in the moment, and you're not sure what you're going to get. We'd be the same. We weren't sure what the season presents for us, but you add layers to our list that you knew that they were going to make a difference. Billy Frampton and Bobby Hill and Tom Mitchell, and these guys, Oleg Markov's had a great season for us, and they add different layers to us. And again, there's chemistry required to get real growth. But yeah, I've always been optimistic about our best is in front of us, and again, we're here now, and I still believe that.
We speak about the 2 weeks. I don't know whether you've spoken about the bye. Are you a fan of the bye? Would you rather just keep rolling into the finals?
Yeah, I must admit I am a fan of keep going now and then potentially have that bye in the prelim final. That might have been in COVID years. That was I thought that was get the best 2 teams with a bit more of a breather.
Yep.
That might support if there was a concussion in a prelim final. Those sort of things. I think I'd be pro selecting those things.
I would imagine week by week with you, selection is a headache. You've been open about that. You got 2 weeks now to dwell on that. I mean, what is the process? Is it one where you tell the players early, or you can't because there's certain fitness things that they need to tick off?
Yeah, I've always been a believer if there's a decision to make it late.
Yep.
Tell the player late, because then you don't want to say, oh, by the way, Geordie, you're out this week, and then there's a late withdrawal and go, oh, but we need you now, we love you, come on, you're back. I think you can leave it to a certain level within that. It's a good problem to have, though. Like, to think you're going to start the finals campaign with pretty much your full list. It's a great credit to Jared Wade and the fitness team and the medical department to get us in that position.
So could you just bring us up to speed? Is Darcy Moore, he will be there?
Yeah, Darcy would have played last weekend if it was a final. Obviously, Bo was suspended, he'll be back, and Murph's the same, he'll be available, yeah.
And what's the latest on Nick Dacos?
Well, I did text him yesterday with his squad announcement for this All-Australian. He said, I've ticked another box today. So every day seems to be a positive in terms of his improvement, and yeah, I won't see him till tomorrow and Thursday, in fact, so we'll see how that has progressing then.
So have you discounted him from the qualifying final?
No, I don't like to put ceilings on anything.
Yeah.
And, yeah, Nick's a remarkable kid in terms of the way he prepares himself and professionalism, and I don't want to put a ceiling on it, but I think there is a level of he's got to be up against it to make it in time, but I don't want to put that barrier in front of him.
How many in tomorrow night of your 5?
You know, that's great affirmation for our whole team. I think. I don't think we're a high possession team, and you know, most of these awards are based on possessions, disposals, you know, whatever. And you know, for those 5 guys in particular, you know, the work that's gone, and you know, Quayner had an outstanding pre-season. Mind you, I can't see this, by the way.
Oh, sorry. So Josh Dacos, Nick Dacos, Jordan De Gale, and Darcy.
I'm the same, actually.
I'm just pretending I know who they are. But I know who the 5 are. But they've all had outstanding seasons, and credit to all of those guys. But again, I think it's a collective. You know, these awards are given individually, but if the team performs well, they all look better. You
don't wear glasses on the bench, though, do you? Your contacts.
Yeah, no,
You're nothing.
No, I'm okay. I can see far. I can't see that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Last year's final series, 2 epic finals, you lost the 2 close games. What's that worth to you now as you embark on the fresh?
Yeah, I suppose it's all unknown until we live this campaign. But I think those lessons learnt last year along the whole journey stack up. And I said this only a couple of weeks ago. The habits you create now, you just use those for when you need them, and you don't know when you're going to need them. Close losses, you know, close wins, you know, moments, managing those moments. I think that's been something that's stood up this year. You know, we've won a lot of close games again when maybe others said that we wouldn't do that. But it's been a hunger and a fight that, hey, it doesn't matter how much we're behind at 3/4 time, we've got a real belief in us, and that hasn't changed. So the habits are there. We've created in our training, and I speak a lot about process. So, you know, come finals time, everyone talks about outcome and expectation. Well, we've been practicing process for 18 months plus, and we'd like to live in that space.
What's the advice? I'm not too sure how many players will be playing that maybe haven't played in finals. What's the advice either you or the leaders will probably try and convey to them in this period? Is it soak it all up, enjoy the experience, which is what we would do, or is it try and keep yourself level? Yeah,
we've stepped into anything like that. We're very fortunate. I've played in Brisbane, and you play in a final in the MCG, and it was like nothing you've ever experienced. But yeah, we're lucky to play the MCG in front of big crowds all year. So the likes of Bobby Hill, and I know he's played in finals before, but you know, they're playing Anzac Day and second biggest crowd of all time. I think we've had great experience around those moments, and the thing we've talked about is step into it, embrace all of it, don't shy away from any parts of the occasion, and then, you know, get to work on just staying in the moment and living in it and controlling what we can. So yeah, repeating myself here, but we've lived in those moments before. Finals is, slightly different. Yeah, there's probably a bigger outcome, but again, the process to do it really changes.
I think 6 of your last 8 have been sellouts, so it's not foreign territory. You're heading back to Brisbane for the Lions Hall of Fame and 20-year premiership reunion?
Yeah, that'll be strange. I think I've become a better player since I coached Collingwood. But it's a good occasion. I'm not sitting here without my time there. I'm so grateful to be part of such an incredible team, and we go back to celebrate that 20-year reunion, and there's a Hall of Fame attached to that too. So it'd be great to catch up with old colleagues.
Enjoy that. We can't wait for next Thursday night, so the very best of luck with what's to come next.
Yeah,